Yo. What's good, y'all? My name is Robert Newman III, and welcome to my podcast, What's the Tea? As you can see, I got my tea today. Today, I'm trying something new. At first, my podcast was going to be, an all audio podcast, but you know what? Let me go ahead and show my face as I am beautiful. Don't you think? But, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. If it works, if it don't work, if you want to see more of me, if not, that's okay, because I know I'm beautiful. But anyway, on today's podcast, what we're going to do is be talking about movies. It's going to be talking about movie reviews, but not so much reviews of the movie, but how, they're tied into its underlying meanings, its innuendos, its attention to details, the things that are hidden. Right? And the first movie that I had watched again was They Cloned Tyrone. Now, this movie actually sparked a lot of controversy, and after I watched it the first time, I didn't really hear much about it or see much about it other than, people talking about it in class and people saying that I looked like the main actor. And what was funny to me is, I dang near do. Which also brings me to my first topic, clones. Clones and how we all actually look like each other. Clones and how we look like each other. Seriously, I don't know. I might edit this video. I may or may not edit this video, but we shall see. But They Cloned Tyrone is pretty much about how the government puts us in these ghettos, essentially. Puts us in these ghettos and are conducting science experiments on us. Our main character, Fontaine, he is constantly in this loop. He's in the loop like everybody else is in this constant cycle. He's a drug dealer. He lives with his mama. His mama's in the room all day, and he never really gets to see her. He's a drug dealer. He got his homies all up and through the crib. He smoke weed, whoop the bam, and he's a mean mugging person who doesn't really care about life, etc. Right? And also we got the pimps, and we also got the hoes, and we also got all of these other figures that are pretty much stereotypical. Which brings into the fact of clones, how in these communities, the hoods, and in the ghettos, we got all of those people. The hoes, the dope dealers, the pimps, the players, how now they got a smoke shop everywhere. They got this liquor store everywhere. How these things are strategically placed for the government to run these experiments on us. Now, one thing that's pretty interesting is in the beginning of the movie, Fontaine, he interacts with one of the rival drug dealers, right? And he ends up hurting him by running him over, telling him like, hey, man, I told you not to get up on my block, right? And Broski said, I bet I'm on your ass after this. I'm pretty much summing it up. And Broski was like, damn, I'm on your ass after this. So he goes to go visit the pimp and the hoe who was played by Jamie Foxx, who had a great performance, by the way. And blessings to him because he's doing so much better. He actually referenced this movie in his brand new comedy, which he talked about him being sick and everything. He actually referenced the movie as well. But Jamie Foxx played the pimp. And, he lived in a motel with hoes that worked for him, etc., etc. A lot of these things actually help these black communities be together, which keeps us in this cycle. So after Fontaine visits, he's looking for his money, and the pimp Jamie is telling him hey, we can go about this a different way. Which they really could have. They could have went about that a different way after his hoe done left. After he gets his money and gets in the car, Broski and them pulled up on him. instantly. Bro already knew what was going on. He pulled out his gun, made his last stance, and they killed him. Shortly after, he woke up like nothing happened, as if it was a dream. He went on like nothing ever happened. Until he goes, does the same thing again, goes to the pimp's crib, asks him, damn, man, what my money at? He's like, hold on, wait a minute, am I seeing a ghost? Like, nigga, you died last night. You don't remember anything that had happened? Which is interesting as well, which brings up dreams, and us being in the Matrix. People constantly debate about the topic about life after death. And just in case my camera cut off, this video will be edited. We talk about life after death. And a lot of people believe in going to heaven and also going in hell. But in situations like that, people are already living in hell. They don't really have anything to really live for or look forward to. They just know they got to get this bread and they in this community. Right? Life after death. I believe that there's different levels of consciousness. There's lessons that we may need to learn here on Earth. I also believe in the multiverse concept. Like there may be thousands, millions, or endless versions of us, which goes into possibilities. Life is pretty much based all about possibilities. I don't know if you believe in clairvoyance, clairsentience, and what all of that means, but it means being able to see things before they happen. God, the universe, also gives you visions, messages in your dreams. You know, some people, they don't remember their dream. We actually have dreams every night. Some people don't remember their dreams. Some people don't even dream in color. But the more you actually start to pay attention to those dreams and try to decipher and decode those dreams, you'll start to realize that a lot of this really ain't what it seems. That you are the creator of your own destiny. We actually have ourselves in these victim mindsets, me as well. I'm not saying that I don't put myself into that category, but I do. But the more you start to dive deeper into yourself and who you are, you don't have to follow those trends. You don't have to listen to what the mainstream media says. Like they're trying to control us. It's all about mind control. That's what the whole movie was about. Cloning, mind control, using us as a social experiment. Like the weed that they put up, like some of the weed that they be putting up in the neighborhoods. The drug deal is always a drug deal. It's always that. The music that we're listening to, the media that you're constantly consuming. Why you think all of the low vibrational music, I'm not going to say any names, but why do you think all of the low vibrational music is the best thing that's out right now? Why do you think that violence is glorified? I don't know if y'all know this, but everybody can't come. Everybody can't come. So let's say, for instance, the world was to end right now. All of the rich folks, all of the ones who are in the top 1%, they getting up out of here, and everybody else, they gone. Remember that everybody can go. So you have to tap into yourself, into your true potential, and not be the sheep. You can't be the sheep being led to the slaughterhouse. Because that's what they want. They're trying to kill us off. They're trying to kill us off. They're trying to control us. Just using us. And touching back on the heaven and hell subject. I recently watched Little Nicky by Adam Sandler a week or two ago, a little while ago, and you know, as I've grown older, the things that I know now, I'm just looking like, wow, pretty interesting stuff. It was one quote in there that I'm constantly remembering, is that Little Nicky's brother said it's better to rule in hell than serve in heaven. And he was tired of serving in hell, which is essentially what we're doing. A lot of us spend our time focusing on what's right and what's wrong, which we should. We should have a level of discernment, and we're always waiting for this figure to come and tell us what to do. Ultimately, we all do have free will, and we all have choices to make. And each choice, which is something that I struggled with growing up for the past few years, is that knowing that every choice that you make determines the outcome. So every choice has a different reaction. So let's say, for instance, I didn't pick up this cup just then and take a sip. Because I take a sip this time, gonna have a different outcome way on down the line. We shouldn't be thinking about it too deeply like that, because if you do, you'll be stuck and you won't make any choices at all, because you'll be too busy wondering about, is this the right choice? Should I be making this decision? Should I make this yada yada yada? If you don't choose, the universe decides, and half the time you're not even gonna like what the universe decides for you. Back with the multiverse and different possibilities, there is different versions of us, but which one of us is the real one of us? In each universe, which I'm going to bring up Black Mirror in this conversation. It's an episode where it's this dating app, and the thing was, what was the possibility of these two actually coming together and working out? Pardon me, the camera had cut out. So with that being said, I'm not going to spend too much time talking too much on these topics. Seeing it because I don't want to do too much editing, and I don't want to have to keep constantly starting and stopping. So I know for future reference, wrap it up, wrap it up. 5 to 8 minutes tops, 10 minutes tops is how long these podcasts is going to be until I get a better camera or even just that. But back what I was saying, Black Mirror, the episode of Black Mirror is the possibility of how many times will these two people come back together. And ultimately in each universe, they had a different probability of them getting together. And in one of the universes, despite all odds, they still tried to go after each other, and they still ended up with each other. A lot of this is all possibility. Some things in life are just meant to be. Whatever is for you is always going to be yours, which evidence of that backs that up. So with that being said, I shouldn't spend too much time focusing on if this thing is meant to be, because if it will be, it will be. And if you really want that to be, then put a little bit more extra into it. Constantly keep praying to the universe, God, whoever you pray to, and it'll be so. You're the own writers of your own life. You're the director of your own life. I know some things are hard to believe, like I kind of find it hard to believe myself, but possibilities are endless. I believe anything is possible, like time travel, which brings up my next topic on time travel. I had seen this clip on YouTube Shorts, in which brought up Endgame and the Avengers Endgame, and they all was in the room talking about going back in time and stealing the Infinity Stones back from Thanos. Well, I really shouldn't be talking with this gum in my mouth. But going back in time and stealing things from Thanos. Now, what's interesting about that And the same thing was talked about in Dragon Ball Z Super, is that the past, if you go back to the past and right now in the present, that past actually becomes your present. Wait, no, that past becomes your future, and the future actually becomes the present. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but I don't even know if I'm saying that right for real. But with that being said, but this is how it was explained in Dragon Ball Super, is that Goku tried to go back in time and stop one of the Kais from taking over and destroying the world. And one of those possibilities, it actually did succeed. But their future itself wasn't changed, the one that they was in. If you go back to the past now and try to change something, it doesn't change as your future. It just creates an alternate timeline. So yes, you did change the future, but you changed a version of yourselves' future. Which backs up, dang, you can't change the past. Thing that's already in the past are already done. Like, wow. Mind-blowing, shocking stuff. Shocking, interesting stuff. So I'm going to end up concluding this podcast episode because I think I've ran my mouth enough. I've talked enough so far, but I just hope that after watching, listening, you left with a little bit more clarity about what the universe is, about the different truths that are in the universe. There are a lot of truths in television, film, and even video games, books. You just gotta open your mind and see those things themselves. All right. Next episode, we're going to continue with the movie reviews because I done ran over time and I didn't even touch on all of the topics that I want to touch on. Once again, I am Robert Newman III, and we out.